I always think of tench have been quite visual feeders. I mean, I've watched them a lot swimming around the edge, and they'll see bits of bait like corn and stuff on the bottom and go, oh, and go down and get it. Do you think the same?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, they do sort of pick around. I think sort of pick bits off they can see rather than carp where they'll just get their heads down and just keep feeding. I think the tench do move about and are picking off bits here. And, yeah, a lot more picky on that side of things.
Excellent. And does that reflect in the rigs you use for them?
Yeah, tending to use fairly short hook lengths. Not stupidly short, but sort of 6-7 inches typically on a braid. Maybe a little bit shorter if I'm using like stiff rigs. On a nylon hook lead.
Right.
Rubber casters on there.
Right, no real bait at all, just the artificials?
No, if you told me 10 years ago I'd be chucking bits of rubber out, then I probably wouldn't have believed you. But I've had so much success on them, certainly for species like tench and bream, carp. Sort of quite happy now just using bits of rubber. Plus you've got the buoyancy as well, so the bait's actually sitting up off the bottom, which is going back to what we were saying earlier with the tench being visual feeders. It just makes it stand out a bit more.
Yeah, the rubber baits, you do seem to just pick up more of the bigger fish.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, even on the tench water, I'm sort of mainly fishing. I mean, there's one of the anglers on there, he uses real maggots, and he picks up the bigger fish, but he tends to pick up a lot of smaller fish as well. Yeah. Whereas with this, the average size does tend to be a lot higher. Yeah. Plus they're crayfish proof. If you've got water with crayfish in, like the one our fish has got, at least you know you've got a hook bait out there for length of time.
Yeah. What sort of hook is that you're using?
That's a size 12 Korum S3. It's barbless because the lake we're on here is obviously barbless only. They're very good hooks. I mean, they keep the point well. You can quite often catch 5 or 6 fish on the same hook, no problem. Which when you've got them feeding you in your swim's good because you'd have to keep changing rigs and messing around too much. Strong as well. I mean, I use down to a size 14, and even on bigger fish or accidental carp that sometimes hook have not had a problem yet. Yeah,
I guess because you've got an extra bit of buoyancy because of the rubber bait, you can get away with a slightly bigger hook as well, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it does counteract the sort of weight of the hook. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the time I think they're just taking it in by accident anyway when they're coming along mooching around, sucking everything up. It just happens to be the first thing that's in front of them because it is set off the bottom. Yeah. Plus with using a method ball round the lead, so once that breaks down, you've pretty much got your hook bait sat almost on top of that. Yeah, right next to it.
Isn't it? And as you said before, quite a short hook length, not extremely so, but quite short by most people's standards.
Yeah, it's quite short for. I mean, I tend to use reasonably long hairs. I mean, it's certainly no shorter than what I've got here, which is probably a good inch from the.
The hook,
sometimes sort of 2 inches. So you want a hook length that's long enough they can actually get the bait in rather than picking it up and sort of. It's really short hook length. You haven't got enough movement there that they can actually suck the bait in properly.
8-10 pound line for using on that. So some of the Preston.
Yeah, some of the power line there. Yeah.
Yeah, £9.
£9 odd that one is. Yeah.
0.21.
Perfect for this. I wouldn't want to go much lighter. Certainly not for bigger fish if you're on a big fish water.
Yeah, you've got plenty of weed and
if you've got weed and gravel bars coming into play as well.
Yeah, and your lead's a bit different as well to what most people would use.
Yeah, it's just an inline one. It's got a coating on it which it blends in fairly well with it, but not too obvious on the bottom. Yeah. Plus the shape of it means you can actually mould a method mix around it quite well. It actually grips all the knobbles on it. It grips on it. I mean, a lot of the coated leads, they've got a very smooth finish on them, which it slides off. It's actually designed almost to slide off, so yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a really sort of neat little setup there. It's pretty tangle proof, I guess, particularly when you've got the method ball round it. Yeah. And for when the tench are coming along and just sort of picking at baits, that's going to nail them every time, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, you never really get tangles with it at all. Like I say, I mean, sort of fold it up inside the method ball sometimes as well. So it's even with braid. I mean, you can get away with braided hook links as well, which is used quite a bit. And again, it doesn't tangle because of the method ball.
Oh, spot on. That's great.